In a world where power is forged in steel and secrets are carved into the edges of ancient blades, Weapons unleashes a story where every gun, every sword, every instrument of destruction carries more than firepower. It carries history, blood, and betrayal. When the wrong hand sees them, these weapons don't just decide battles. They decide destinies. Don't forget subscribe. Subscribe who makes me continue. Crackling like and post a comment. The story begins with the voice of a child. He whispers of a night 2 years ago, in a small town called Maybrook, Pennsylvania. At exactly 2:17 a.m., 17 children ran from their homes and vanished. 17 children, all from the same class at Maybrook Elementary. A class of 18. Only one child remained. His name was Alex. The next morning, their teacher, Justin Gandhi, walked into the classroom. And there, sitting alone, was Alex, the sole survivor. Shock rippled through the town. The parents of the missing children pointed fingers at Justin. They swore she must have done something, taught them something that led their children away. Police investigations began. They interrogated Justin. They interrogated Alex. Neither had answers. The only clue? Surveillance footage and alarm systems proved the kids all ran from their houses at the exact same second. And their running style was strange, almost ritualistic, like a scene out of Naruto. From here, the movie fractures, telling the story from shifting perspectives. First, Justin Gandhi's point of view. She's haunted, accused, hounded by parents. Principal Andrew tries to defend her, but one father, Archer Graff, is relentless, convinced Justin is guilty. Later that night, shaken, Justin stops at a store. There, a local addict named James begs her for money. She ignores him, terrified that any of the parents might lash out at her. And she's right. Soon, she begins receiving threatening calls. One morning, she wakes to find the word witch spray-painted across her car. She reports it at the station, where we meet Officer Paul, a man with a complicated past and a dangerous connection to Justin. At school, Justin tries to talk to Alex, but Andrew forbids it. He's been through enough, he insists, urging her to take time off. Justin reluctantly agrees, but she cannot let go. She begins following Alex, watching him from afar. That night, drunk and vulnerable at a bar, Justin meets Officer Paul again. They drink. They talk. They sleep together. A reckless decision, because Paul is married to Donna, and Justin knows it. The next day, Justin tries again to reach Alex. He runs. She follows him home, peering through a small slit in the window. Inside, she sees his parents sitting like statues, lifeless, locked in some trance. Terrified, Justin calls Andrew. "You need to check on that boy legally," she insists. "Something's wrong in that house." Later that night, as Justin falls asleep in her car parked outside Alex's home, a chilling scene unfolds. Alex's mother drifts outside, scissors in hand. She moves like a puppet on strings. Without waking Justin, she snips a strand of her hair and slips away into the darkness. Now the story shifts Archer Graff's perspective. His son Matthew was one of the missing. He's the angry father who accused Justin at the parent meeting. He's also the man who followed her to the store, the one who painted witch across her car. Desperate for answers, Archer studies surveillance footage of Matthew running from their home. The strange Naruto run. He maps the direction onto a city map. Then he tracks down another parent with footage of their child running. He maps that too. The lines intersect. A point, a destination. The children, it seems, were all drawn to the same place. But before Archer can investigate, he spots Justin again. As he prepares to confront her, Something horrifying occurs. Principal Andrew appears in the street, sprinting with the same unnatural run. Drenched in blood, eyes empty like a man possessed. Andrew lunges at Justin. Archer intervenes. Together, they realize he's under some kind of dark spell. The scene spirals into chaos as Andrew attacks. Unstoppable, mindless, consumed by violence. Both Justin and Archer begin having nightmares. Of an old crone. A grotesque woman, clown-like, with a face you cannot forget. The film rewinds. Officer Paul's perspective. His wife Donna is out of town. The day Justin reports her vandalized car, Paul is on shift. Later, he catches James, the addict, attempting a break-in. Searching him, Paul finds a syringe. Furious, he punches James hard. Too hard. And the entire assault is caught on his patrol car's dashcam. If the footage gets out, Paul could lose everything. So he cuts a deal. He lets James walk free, but warns him, disappear from Maybrook. Or else. That night, Paul meets Justin at the bar. The night of bad choices. The night of betrayal. The night Donna would never forgive. When Donna returns home unexpectedly, she sees him stumbling back in the morning. She knows. She explodes. Later, she confronts Justin directly in a store, attacking her in jealous rage. Meanwhile, Paul confesses the assault to his captain. But the captain shrugs it off if James doesn't file a complaint. The video auto-deletes in a month. For now, Paul is safe. Or so he thinks. Because James is back. And Paul, furious, chases him off once again. And now James's perspective. The addict, the thief, the liar. He's desperate for a fix. He's the one who begged Justin for money outside the store. After Paul lets him go, James returns to crime, stumbling upon Alex's house. He sneaks inside. He steals what he can. But then he sees them. Alex's parents, sitting motionless, silent, empty. Down in the basement, his blood runs cold. There they are, the 17 missing children, standing in a trance, alive but soulless. James flees in terror, but greed soon overtakes fear. He sees the posters. $50,000 reward. He calls the police. But when he arrives at the station, fate slams him in the face. Paul is there. Again. Paul, enraged, chases James into the woods. And that's where James sees her, the crone from the nightmares. The woman like a clown. She calls to him. He hides. He attacks the figure outside his tent with a syringe. But it's Paul. Paul arrests him. But when James reveals he knows where the children are, Paul listens. He drives to Alex's house. Paul enters. He doesn't come back out. Hours later, he emerges. Different, empty-eyed, hypnotized, under her control. He drags James inside with him. The perspective shifts once more. Principal Andrew's story. After Justin called him, worried about Alex, Andrew decided to act. He summoned Alex's family to the school. But who arrived instead was her. Gladys, the crone, the witch, the puppet master. She introduced herself as Alex's mother's sister. Later that night, Gladys appears in Andrew's home uninvited. She performs a ritual with a thorned branch, her own blood, and a piece of cloth stolen from Andrew's office. With a ring of her bell, Andrew falls into a trance. She seizes a strand of Justin's haircut, earlier by Alex's mother, and binds Andrew to her will. His new mission: destroy Justin. That's why Andrew, bloody and broken, charged through the streets like one of the cursed children. Why he attacked without thought. Why he died under the wheels of a car. With his death, Archer finally realizes Justin isn't the villain. She's a victim too. Together, they form an uneasy alliance. Archer shows her the map of intersecting lines. The lines converge at one location. Alex's house. Now, at last, Alex's perspective. Before the vanishings. Before the nightmares. Before the curse. Alex was just a boy, bullied, isolated, until his father announced that his mother's sister, Gladys, would be moving in. She arrived old, frail, dying, carrying a strange plant. Soon after, Alex's parents began acting strangely robotic, entranced. And Gladys? She grew younger, stronger. She told Alex if he spoke, his parents would die. To prove her power, she forced them to slice their own faces with sharp thorns. Alex watched in horror. She explained her ritual. With something personal hair, belongings, she could enslave anyone. The plant was the source of her magic. It fed her, kept her alive. One day, she demanded something new, the names of Alex's classmates. She promised freedom for his family if he helped. Terrified, Alex obeyed. He stole name tags from his classmates' desks. That night, Gladys performed the ritual. At 2:17 a.m., 17 children rose from their beds, sprinting through the night into her trap, into Alex's basement. The disappearances that started everything. At last, the fractured timelines collide. Archer and Justin arrive at Alex's house. Inside, Paul and James, both under Gladys's control, attack them like rabid, unkillable zombies. Justin discovers the truth. The only way to end them is a bullet to the head. She kills them both. Archer rushes into the basement. There he finds the 17 children, his son Matthew among them. But Gladys is waiting. She cuts Archer's hair, enslaving him too. Meanwhile, Alex, sick of fear, sick of silence, decides to fight back. He sneaks into her ritual chamber, with thorns from her own cursed plant, with his blood, with her hair. He turns her magic against her. Gladys screams as the 17 children awaken, turning on her. They chase her through the streets of Maybrook. The town watches in shock as the children swarm her, tear her apart. Piece by piece, she is devoured. And with her death, the spell shatters. Archer wakes. Justin survives. But the others, the ones under her thrall for too long, remain broken. Alex's parents, the 17 children, alive but hollow. The film ends with a chilling epilogue. 2 years later, Alex lives with another aunt, this one kind, gentle, normal. His parents never recovered. The cursed children are slowly healing, some beginning to speak again, but others may never return. And the narrator whispers the final truth. Gladys may be gone, but the scar she left will haunt Maybrook forever. Please subscribe, like, share, and make comments.